There are so many emperors in the world who rule their territory for several years. All over the world, they are famous for their ruling and their noble activities. There are empires like Byzantine, Holy Roman, Parthian, Jew, Ethiopian Empire, etc. in the history, and they are famous all over the world. These empires are from Central Europe, Asia, Southeast Asia, etc. They ruled their empires for many years. Let's find out 10 longest empire in the history. Number 1. Byzantine Empire 130 to 1453 AD. The Byzantine Empire, also referred to as the Eastern Roman Empire or Byzantium, was the continuation of the Roman Empire primarily in its eastern provinces during late antiquity and in the Middle Ages, when its capital city was Constantinople. It survived the fragmentation and fall of the Western Roman Empire in the 5th century AD and continued to exist for an additional 1,000 years until the fall of Constantinople to the Ottoman Empire in 1453. During most of its existence, the empire remained the most powerful economic, cultural, and military force in Europe. The empire's integration of Christianity and the predominance of Greek instead of Latin. Some of the most known emperor of Byzantine Empire was Constantine I, Diocletian, Theodosius II, Zeno, Justinian I, Maurice, Heraclius, Leo III, Basil I, Basil II, Alexius I, Constantine Alban, etc. The most important legacy of the Byzantine Empire is the preservation of Greek and Roman civilization during the Middle Ages. Byzantine civilization blended Christian religious beliefs with Greek science, philosophy, arts, and literature. They also extended Roman achievements in engineering and law. Now, Holy Roman Empire 800 to 1806 AD for 1006 years. The Holy Roman Empire was a political entity in Western, Central, and Southern Europe that developed in the early Middle Ages and continued until its dissolution in 1806 during the Napoleonic Wars. From the accession of Otto I in 9062 until the 12th century, the empire was the most powerful monarchy in Europe. The Holy Roman Empire, a revival of the ancient imperial Roman state, was founded at the outset of the 19th century by Charlemagne, who in 800 had himself crowned Holy Roman Emperor by Pope Leo III in Rome. It envisioned itself as a dominion for Christendom, continuing in the tradition of the ancient Roman Empire, and was characterized by a strong papal authority. The dissolution of the Holy Roman Empire occurred de facto on 6 August 1806, when the last Holy Roman Emperor, Francis II of the House of Habsburg-Lorraine, abdicated his title and released all imperial states and officials from their oaths and obligations to the empire. Number 3. Jew Empire 146 to 256 BC for 790 years. Around 1046 BC, King Wu, the leader of the Zhou, a subject living in the west of the Chinese kingdom, overthrew the last king of the Shang dynasty. King Wu died shortly after this victory, but his family, the Ji, who ruled China for the next few centuries. The dynasty is known as the Zhou dynasty. The Zhou dynasty made significant cultural contribution to agricultural, education, military organization, science, literature, music, philosophical schools of thought, and social stratification, as well as political and religious innovations. After a series of wars among these powerful states, King Zhao of Qin defeated King Nan of and conquered West Zhou in 256 BCE. His grandson, King Zhuangjiang of Qin, conquered East Zhou, bringing the Zhou dynasty to an end. Number 4. Ethiopian Empire 1270 to 1974 AD for 704 years. The Ethiopian Empire was an empire that historically spanned the geographical area of present-day Ethiopia and Eritrea, from the establishment of the Solomonic dynasty by Yekuno Amlak in 1270 until the 1974 coup d'etat of Emperor Haile Selassie by the dead. By 1896, the empire incorporated with regions such as Herge, Gurage and Wolaita, and saw its largest expansion with the Federation of Eritrea in 1952. Throughout much of its existence, it was surrounded by hostile forces in African Horn. However, it managed to develop and preserve a kingdom based on its ancient form of Christianity. This wealthy African civilization thrived for centuries, controlling a large territorial estate and access to vast trade routes linking the Roman Empire to the Middle East and India. The Princess era ended with the reign of Emperor Theodosius II. Number 5. Carthaginian Empire 814 to 146 BC for 668 years. Carthage was a settlement in what is known as modern Tunisia that later became a city-state and then founded by the Phoenicians in the 9th century BC. Carthage reached its height in the 4th century BC as one of the largest metropolises in the world and the center of the Carthaginian Empire, a major power in the ancient world that dominated the western Mediterranean. At the height of its power, Carthage was the center of the Phoenician trade network. It eventually became the richest city in the entire Mediterranean region. It was full of extremely wealthy people and boasted a harbor containing over 200 rocks. By this time, its Carthaginian colony had become immensely wealthy from its strategic location and extensive trade network. After a long conflict with the emerging Roman public known as the Punics, Rome finally restored Carthage in 146 BC. Number 6. Khemer Empire 802 to 1431 AD for 629 years. The Khemer Empire or the Angkorean Empire is a term used by historians to refer to Cambodia from 9th to 15th centuries, when the nation was a Hindu-Buddhist empire in the Southeast Asia. Its greatest prosperity from the 11th to 13th century. The Khmer Empire ruled much of what is now Cambodia, Laos, Thailand and Vietnam. Jayavarman II posthumous named Paramashabra, founder of the Khmer or Cambodian Empire and outstanding member of the series of rulers of the Angkor period. The Khmer were great builders, filling the landscape with monumental temples, huge reservoirs called barai and canals, and laying an extensive road network with all sorts of bridges. The main highways are 800 km long. Outlying Khmer provinces were lost to raids by the kingdom of Lanshang in the north, and final blow to the empire came when the Thais laid siege and captured Angkor for the final time in 1431. Number 7. Ottoman Empire 1299 to 1922 AD for 623 years. The Ottoman Empire, historically and colloquially the Turkish Empire, was an empire that controlled most of Southeast Europe, Western Asia and Northern Africa between 14th and early 20th centuries. It was founded at the end of 13th century in northwestern Anatolia in the town of Sogat by the Turkoman tribal leader Osman I. The Ottomans ended the Byzantine Empire with the conquest of Constantinople in 1453 by Mehmed the Conqueror. The Ottomans were known for their achievements in art, science and medicine. Istanbul and other major cities throughout the empire were recognized as artistic hubs, especially during the reign of Suleiman the Magnificent. The Ottoman period spanned more than 600 years and came to an end only in 1922 when it was replaced by the Turkish Republic. Number 8. Roman Empire 27 BC to 476 AD for 503 years. The Roman Empire was the post-republican period of ancient Rome. As a polity, it included large territorial holdings around the Mediterranean Sea in Europe, North Africa and Western Asia and emperors. The Romans were particularly skilled in administration, organization and engineering. They had a highly trained and disciplined military and an efficient bureaucracy. Without these qualities, the Romans would never have been able to manage their sprawling empire. Ancient Romans pioneered advance in many years of science and technology, establishing tools and methods that have ultimately shaped the way the world does certain things. The Romans were extremely adept engineers. They understood the laws of physics well enough to develop adequate and better ways to aid water flow. Finally, in 476 CE, Romulus, the last of the Roman emperors in the West, was overthrown by the Germanic leader Odoacer, who became the first barbarian to rule in Rome. Number 9. Parthian Empire 247 BC from 224 AD for 471 years. The Parthian Empire, also known as the Arshacid Empire, was a major Iranian political and cultural power in ancient Iran from 247 BC to 224 AD. At its height, the Parthian Empire stretched from the northern reaches of the Euphrates in what is now Central Eastern Turkey to present-day Afghanistan and western Pakistan. According to tradition, the ruler of the Parthians and the founder of the Parthian Empire was Arsaces I, who had been a governor under Diosdotus, king of the Bactrian Greeks. The empire, located on the Silk Road trade route between the Roman Empire in the Mediterranean basin and the Han dynasty of China, became a center of trade and commerce. Parthia was finally destroyed by the Ardashir I when he entered Setispion in 226. Number 10. Han Empire 206 BC to 220 AD for 426 years. The Han dynasty, imperial dynasty of China, established by Liu Bang and ruled by the house of Liu. The dynasty was preceded by the short-lived Qin dynasty and a warring interim known as the Chu Han contention, and it was succeeded by the Three Kingdoms period. Confucianism became the dominant political philosophy during the Han dynasty from 206 BCE to 220 CE. During the Han dynasty, Emperor Wu Di made Confucianism the official state ideology. The Han dynasty is known its long reign and its achievements: the development of the civil service and government structure, the invention of paper, use of water, clocks, and sundials to measure time. The Han dynasty formally ended in 220 when Cao Cao's son under Cao Fi pressured Emperor Xian into abdicating in his favor. So for now, stay well and stay by Himu Kevin. If you like this one, please do like, comment, subscribe and share it with your friend. You can also share the topic that you want a video on it. Until the next video, tata bye bye.